Welcome to the Work of Art series created by Professor David Wong of Michigan State University. In this episode, we will be investigating what one yoga instructor does to create a compelling experience in class that keeps people coming back each week to join the practice. I'm Caroline Lay, a student in David Wong's CEP 882 graduate level course at MSU. We will be going into the studio to attend yoga class with Zet Amora, an integrative yoga therapist for nearly 10 years who specializes in leading the energizing practice of yoga through postures called asanas, meditation, and breath awareness. In her mixed levels yoga class, Zet also likes to explore the principles of alignment, awareness, and energy while gently stretching, opening, and strengthening the body. This episode focuses on what Zet does to make the experience of practicing yoga so compelling. In particular, how she leads yoga class to make the practice more enlightening, meaningful, and reflective for all in attendance. Now, when somebody decides to go back and do another class, there is a reason this decision has been made. In this case, something in yoga class is transforming and compelling enough to make them want to return to the practice once again. How an individual feels after finishing a yoga class with Zet is the result of a number of different elements, which she specially focuses and draws attention to. This is what I hope to highlight in this episode. To better understand what it is that makes Zet's mixed levels yoga class at Tutu's house so popular and well attended, I decided to observe the entire 1 hour class one afternoon. It's Thursday afternoon at Tutu's house, and Zet Amora's 1 hour mixed levels yoga class begins at 4 o'clock. The class is quickly filling up the studio as more people are signing in to join the afternoon practice. People have set up yoga mats around the perimeter of the room, as you can see. Zet is warm in her welcome and disposition. With this kind of appreciated greeting, it is no wonder that anybody, whether first-time beginner or advanced regular, knows their presence is valued.
Anything that shows up, anything new that blossoms in your garden, you now have room to bring into your home.
Before class started, I wanted to hear from a regular who attends Zet's yoga class every Thursday afternoon. I wanted to ask what she thought were some of her favorite practices in class and ones that were uniquely led by Zet. I also wanted to know what keeps her coming back to the practice each week.
Are the cleansing poses. Now really all of yoga is a cleansing process, but some are more specifically focused. And the twists are...
I think what I really like about the class is the connection that I have with Zet. I really feel it's more than a yoga class. It's beyond just the mechanics of yoga. To me, it's more about feeling a connection with her and really being touched by her spirit. What keeps me coming back each week is that I just feel so good after, and it's about the balance. You know, I really feel like it grounds me and it balances me, and the stress that I have all week is just released.
You feel your connection to the earth as your lower body relaxes heavily. Feeling your femurs, your knees, your feet relax. So let's begin by taking a deep in-breath here.
There's that connection Deanna was talking about. Chanting the universal Om sound as a class shows just how comfortable Zet makes all of her students feel.
Softly bow your head towards your heart. Taking a slow breath in. And as you exhale, now we're going to get into this.
As another regular in Zet's Thursday afternoon yoga class, I also like how she gives you options in choosing how far and intense you want to take the yoga pose. Zet uses phrases like, "If you want, you can," making people feel comfortable with their own skill levels. Here, she is demonstrating a new pose to the rest of the class.
Hamstring and Achilles tendon length and that kind of thing. People who have the ability to keep their back heel grounded have more control, more leverage in which to twist. But the wall is going to give me the leverage I need to do this. So you're close enough to the wall so that if you wanted to, you could rest your hip on it. But ideally, we're going to try to do it without touching the wall. So soft.
The concluding Shavasana yoga pose is my favorite, and it is a relaxing posture lying on your back intended to rejuvenate one's body, mind, and spirit. As you can see, Zet kindles this final pose with her own special blessing and touch to each individual. After class ended, Zet and I sat down on our yoga mats, and I asked her what she thought she did in yoga class that made the experience unique and compelling for people, as evidenced in seeing so many return each week to attend her Thursday afternoon classes.
Well, in spite of what people might think, that the teacher is the reason for people to come back to yoga, it's my understanding and my knowing that what brings people back to yoga is that the teacher is simply the guide that introduces the student to the depths of themselves, takes them into an inner journey. And when a person discovers their inner being and has an experience of that, it is delectable and it's intriguing and it leaves the feeling of wanting more. So we have a tendency as students to project our appreciation onto the teacher as if they're doing something magical to us. But really what they're doing for us is they're just guiding us inside. And it's our inner being that is coming back for more of that wonderful feeling. And that's, to me, the essence of yoga and the reason why teaching is so satisfying. Because I'm really not teaching anything. I'm helping students remember who they really are, coming away from all the crazy activity of the external world and having a wonderful, sacred experience of their inner self. As we take these feelings and these new awarenesses with us.
Zet is certainly humble in her yoga teachings, giving credit to the practice itself. However, as one of her students, I know that it is the unique way Zet brings that inner being out of us that makes my weekly yoga practice so compelling. This is Caroline Lay for the Work of Art series.
Thank you all for sharing yourselves and your presence here with me today. Namaste.
Namaste.